News today like tooth decay, slowly rot your brain away.
Get this gunk out of here. This is nasty
It's just a bunch
stuff.
of gunk on noodles.
That's what she said.
That's
Um,
oh man, is that the very first?
That's the
what
first
she
one.
said.
we have not
Okay, we
dropped
have to
one.
mark it. Episode 9.
It's a monumental moment.
It is a monumental moment.
Underneath the surface, less worthless information lays. Open up your mind. Let yourself unwind.
Do you just get a boner up to the part where the split starts?
And then you just have like two flappers
And then you
hanging
just
off.
have two flaps hanging off?
Two below, we must go. Feel the flow, it goes for days. Listen up or vandalize. Don't need your eyes to hear this. Podcast elevated, educated, real shit.
That takes the monkey theory out.
Unless he needs to use the lotion on the monkeys to make all this work.
Oh, that is an image I did not need.
This is what I was waiting for.
Like quicksand, you'll sink and you'll blink and it's over. Two below, we will go, so keep your damn composure. Two below, we're on our way, delivering Synosia.
Hello, everybody.
What is going on?
Not a whole lot. We are going to jump right into it today because we have a lot to get to.
What are we starting with?
We are going to start with a little Miss Smartypants.
Yes.
Because we just can't seem to keep our shit together. So,
Classic John and Matt.
yep, here we go.
You take the facts you don't get right, but Smartypants is there to fight. She'll let you know when you're wrong. In a world full of news, it's easy to fuck up a few, but Smartypants is always there to bring the truth to you. Miss Smartypants, she's in my pants.
She's flying in on a unicorn. Welcome, Miss Smartypants.
You make my job so easy.
That
Unicorns don't have wings.
That was an amazing intro.
That one didn't have wings. That was the sound of its hooves.
I was on the ground. Those were hooves.
Yeah.
Pegasus have wings.
I didn't realize that glitter and Tinkerbell noises came off of unicorns. They're amazing.
They're the origin for those.
It's what it sounds like when they fart.
You're going to get me a unicorn.
They fart glitter and sound like chimes. That's amazing. Well, you wouldn't be here if me and Matt didn't get a few things wrong in previous episodes. So it's been 2 weeks.
Matt and I.
Matt and I. Thank you.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, whatever. Double space. So it's been 2 weeks. So there's been ample opportunity. We've had about 2 hours worth of episodes in those 2 weeks. So
Plenty.
I'm sure we have a lot to get to. So where would you like to start today?
We'll go back to episode 7.
All right.
That's a while back.
Yep. Forever.
First of all, you need to correct the name of Miss Fidgetitties.
Okay. Yes, that is true. We do need to do
You
that.
called her Manu.
Right. Because at the time,
Oh, that's right.
the Twitter account just said MANU. It
Yes.
didn't have a full name.
That's right.
But afterwards,
She changed it.
it was updated.
It was updated.
Manuela. So I'm assuming that is
Manuela.
the proper name to use here.
And it's
Manuela.
not Miss Fidgetitties.
That
That's
is
actually
correct.
not. That's not
No.
like a real name.
No.
I think
No.
you can find her by searching for that. But
Yes.
Which that's kind of cool.
That is her fame.
Mm-hmm.
That is her fame these days.
So Manuela.
I can't wait for the next invention.
Well, who knows?
Yes, this is just the beginning. So, Manuela, apologize. We've got your name right. Thank you very much.
All right, the next is about doing a belly flop.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what you guys were talking about belly flops.
There was an article.
Like you said, it's been a while.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was 83 foot, something like that.
I want to say it was like South Carolina or something.
Jump off of like a cliff diving at a lake or, something of the sort. And 83 foot belly flop, bad news. Care flight, I think.
Yeah, it's all coming
Pretty
back.
nasty,
The helicopter
yeah.
picked her up, and
Mm-hmm.
it was bad all around.
That's right.
Well, you were talking about yourself doing a belly flop.
Oh, yes. Yeah. At summer camp when I was a kid.
And you said you rotated 180 degrees or
Yes.
something, and
Yeah,
it would have been just 90.
Yeah, 90 degrees. Let me get my math straight. Yeah, 180 degrees would have been feet first.
Yes.
So
That makes more sense in my head
90
now.
degrees. So for all of you geometry nerds out there who were criticizing me after I said that last episode, there you go. Or 2 episodes ago.
It's 90 degrees that makes the belly flop work, really.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so where are we going next?
The next one was, I can't remember the article you were talking about, but it happened in Australia, and somebody fluffed up something.
Okay, I remember saying the word fluffed in
The
Australia.
albino kangaroo.
That's right. That's
Yes,
terrifying.
The albino kangaroo.
Okay.
Sorry,
coming
yeah, I
back.
forgot to make sufficient notes on this. I didn't realize I'd be so long till I was talking about it. So,
It's okay.
I looked up fluff, Australian slang, blunder or error in execution, performance, etc.
Oh.
Okay.
So, like, one could say that we've fluffed rather badly
Yes.
with our news.
We fluffed up.
Or something intellectually lightweight, or fart.
So we're fluffing up every episode.
But, wait, fart?
Yes, you can.
What?
Number 2 is something intellectually lightweight. Number 3 is fart. 4 is failed to perform properly.
Man,
failed
what an
to perform.
incredible word this
It's
is.
so versatile. You
There's
hear all these
so many appropriate uses of it.
5, blunder, fail in performance or execution. And 6, break wind.
So, like,
All
I
right.
fluffed.
Yeah.
It's
just now.
also a demeaning term for woman, especially one who's superficially attractive.
Oh,
Or it can be a growth of hair on the face.
wow.
Fluff. A
Really?
fluff.
This is all over the board.
Man,
Fluff.
this may be the most versatile word in human language.
I've never
Nah,
known such-
that's fuck.
Okay.
Okay, well, fuck is pretty spectacular.
They both start with F.
It's very true. All the good words do.
Right.
Female, you know.
That's right. Fidget titties.
Fidget titties.
No, I mean, there's just so many.
And you were talking about the white buffalo birth in
Yeah,
later.
right,
Another
right.
article. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
We were just still talking about white animals.
Yeah, it
albinos.
was
Albino,
just,
the
it was just
rarity.
in the albino animal
And
context.
White
yeah.
buffaloes aren't necessarily albinos. Sometimes they just have a pigment in their
Okay.
Okay.
They're just white.
coat that makes them white. And they usually have blue eyes then and not red. So.
Interesting.
Ooh, that's cool.
But
That
I
is
was
cool.
looking up
It's like a White Walker buffalo.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out which one it was that you were talking about. Was it 96 or 94?
The previous birth, I think the name of the buffalo was Miracle.
Okay. Miracle gave birth to one in August of 1994.
Okay. So yeah.
So,
That's the latest recorded one.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
Blue eyes and everything.
no, she didn't give birth. I'm sorry. She was born too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the name of the one. You were correct there.
All right. Well, all right.
But there's also-
Mhm.
There's also
I'll have you on
been
more often.
a whole lot of them since then.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's getting more frequent.
There's one in 96, 2015. Let me see.
Two.
Then it skips back 2000, 2001, 2002, 2004. Actually, 2 in 2004 in the same month, 5 days apart.
So
Okay.
eventually they'll all be white.
White.
Or albino.
So yeah, they've had a lot more. They've been a little more frequent. I don't know if it's
Is that...
pollution. I don't know. Who
I mean,
knows?
like, we aren't... Like, men, people aren't helping...
Like paint them.
Yes. Paint them in different lights.
Little L'Oreal hair club for buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to bleach to
True.
make it white.
I mean, these aren't, like,
so.
captured, We these are just out in the wild, like births. We
It says born to herds. The
You
ones
think
that I've been
they,
reading.
like,
I'm just kind of skimming through.
Got really
Wikipedia.
scared as a young... What is a young buffalo called?
scared the living
It's a
They
daylights.
got
calf.
so scared they just turned white. You've heard of that, right?
They
People
probably
get
saw.
scared their hair turns white or silver.
There, I think I've seen a couple. There was one born in Greenville, Texas, but there's been more than one that I've seen that have been killed by being struck by lightning.
Right.
It's very strange.
Just the white ones? Just like extra attracted to the
That's all
lightning.
that's in this
Yeah.
this article. So
All right.
All right, that's fascinating.
I think there's some potential there for scientific studies.
But my favorite part about the white animals is that I saw the UNT albino squirrel.
You did?
I did.
Yes. See, I wonder if it's still around, do you know?
I was on my way to work and it was kind of icy. And so I was stopped for an extra long amount of time to make sure that it wasn't slick out. So as I sat at the stop sign, the albino squirrel crossed the road in front of me and climbed a light pole.
It's weird to see an albino animal.
It was
Like,
the
actually-
freakiest thing. I thought I was having some kind of flashback or something.
What's happening?
There was an albino German Shepherd 2 doors down from me at one point when I was a kid.
That'd
I
be
mean,
a
it had the
fun-
red
that'd-
eyes and everything. It was a true albino.
Wow, German Shepherd with red eyes and
It was
white
pretty.
would be
It was pretty
really-
crazy looking.
Yeah, that'd be pretty creepy.
Yeah, looked like
They-
a scary wolf.
Sounds like a hound from hell.
It does. It does. All right. So where are we going from here?
Next, the E.T. game.
Yeah, E.T.
It-
The really horrible Atari game.
Oh, yeah, that's
worst
right, we
game of
talked
all
about it.
time. Right, right.
You guys were speculating its demise, how it ended. And it ended up in a landfill in Alamogordo in 1983.
Alamogordo. That's right.
Gordo.
They started looking for it. Excavation began in May 28th of 2013. And they found the games in 2014 on April 26th. So almost a year they looked for those things.
Nice.
In the landfill.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was later in a documentary that same year called Atari Game Over.
Did they ever talk about anything else they might have found out in the landfill? Wallets? Or,
Oh, yeah.
you
We
know?
watched the documentary.
Yep. The Miss Smartypants and I actually got in a wreck in Alamogordo
Really?
once. Yeah.
Small
just
world.
driving through, and we just got rammed from behind by this big old truck pulling a trailer full of trash and just annihilated the back of our car.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Spun us around. It was gnarly.
Yeah, it wasn't much fun. I saw him coming.
Yep.
That makes
Miss
it even
Smartypants
worse.
was
because
driving. She,
I made some evasive moves that let us spin instead of being just hit
she
by...
sped up and tried to turn right, and there was construction going on, so there was like
Oh, that's even...
cones everywhere, barrels, and so it was a 4-lane road down to 2, and taking a right turn. Good thing she got about 45 degrees. Let me see if I can get my angles right on this one.
Nailed it.
So when it hit us in the back, it just spun the car around, and we just kind of kept on going off.
It hit
into
the
the
back
parking
right
lot.
corner instead of full
Instead of full on,
impact
yeah,
on
'cause-
the
Yep. And that was like the first day of our trip.
on the back.
Good
Yeah.
trip.
And when we were driving from Texas through New Mexico,
Ooh.
we were going to
Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona. Then we were going to go up to the Grand Canyon, and
And that happened on day one.
yeah,
Oh.
that was day one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Day
That's,
one.
did y'all just turn back around? Did you have a tow truck?
Oh
and
heck
just say-
no! We went and got a tarp from Walmart.
And remember the weird guy that got the trunk open for us?
Yeah.
Because it was jammed shut.
Yep.
We went to some like dirt road out in the desert, like guy that was hanging outside of his weird house, and his kids were running around on 4-wheelers, and it was really bizarre.
He got the trunk open at least.
This is how horror movies start. You
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that, right? Like,
That's what we were thinking.
wow.
But yeah, no, we just wrapped up all the stuff in the trunk in a tarp and got some bungee cords and rope, and
Just kicked it.
yeah, we just kept on going.
Troopers, man. That's pretty
Right.
cool. I like it.
It's like, heck no, we're not turning around.
This can't stop us. Surely
Yeah.
the rest of the trip now will be just fantastic.
That's
no,
right.
no more problems.
All right, so where are we going from Alamogordo?
Episode 8.
All right.
All right. Okay.
So we're done with episode 7. Not too bad.
It's a small handful.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Big gorilla hands, but it's a small handful.
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect us to be perfect.
No.
All right. Episode 8.
Well, you started with dick stuff.
Yes, we
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
There's a
I know
lot
how
of dick
much you
stuff in
guys
episode
like
8.
talking about dicks.
The articles, they made us do it.
They did. Our hand was forced.
Well, you were talking about the guys pulling things with their penises.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Iron crotch kung fu.
And it just reminded me of an article I did in college about body piercing, tattooing, manipulation, and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy named...
Back in your journalism days?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fakir Musafar, or Mushafar.
Okay.
And he began... he pretty much started the piercing body modification movement.
Oh, okay.
So, like, he's 86 now. He was born in 1930, and he gave himself his first piercing when he was 14.
Okay.
And it was a foreskin piercing.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
Let the squirming begin.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Little foreskin piercing.
Just what's on my mind right now?
At 14. He began the hook, hanging by hooks movement.
Who's into
I always
that,
wanted
too?
to try that.
He
Really?
also...
No.
Oh, my. Okay.
I don't think that he removed ribs, but he might have. But he had his waist down to like an 18-inch waist at one time.
That is freakishly thin.
He used to hang really heavy weights from his penis to stretch it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
that...
my. I
Just wanted it a little longer.
Yeah, just a few feet.
Little couple extra feet.
Couple extra feet on the end, please.
It's like, can I turn this into a fruit roll-up?
Fruit by the foot.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
He was working on it. One of the... hold on, wait, what was I going to say? One of the research materials is this book called Modern Primitives. There's basically pictures of modern uses of primitive body mod or modification or whatever. Like,
How primitives? Like primitive? Did they say? Like a time frame?
like the circle of the ear things and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I lost where I was.
Like the
what I was
big
talking
ear
about.
stretching,
Oh yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, he basically started all that. Sorry, I got off track
Railway
there.
nails through the foreskin.
But yeah, just different things like that. And then I thought that he had done this, but it was actually someone else. But it's penis splitting.
Those are not two words that should be side by side.
So
I
I've heard
remember-
of tongue splitting.
It's
Where you turn your tongue in to make it look like a reptile.
that's another
Okay.
body modification.
Okay.
But imagine it.
So is this
further
the
south.
same thing, just down there? Weird.
Oh.
Like how far? Okay, how far are we talking about? Like just a
Yeah. Just
like
a
is it like
millimeter.
a half an inch, a millimeter, or are they like splitting like literally a couple inches?
If I remember the photo correctly, it's a pretty good ways. It was actually an Australian, again, because it's very traditional with Aboriginal Australians. But it was Carl Carroll, and he split his penis himself,
Okay.
1/8 of an inch at a time.
That implies there's more than just 1/8 of an inch going on here with the cutting. What sort of skills do you get once you've done the cut?
Okay. Sorry.
Waiting 3 to 4 weeks between cuts.
So he just wanted to be able to please two women at the same time.
Yeah, that's all it was, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, he figured he'd cut it in half. And...
I'm just imagining like a hot dog just getting split right down the middle. Just throwing it on the grill or whatever.
Okay.
This is
right.
what I was waiting for.
Oh, you're so cruel. You just took
So
you took
mean.
the smallest opportunity. You're like, oh, they talked about dicks. I'm gonna make them cringe.
Yep.
Okay, she was looking for a chance to talk about this. All right.
So, Australian Aboriginals perform subincision, which is cutting open the urethra all the way along the bottom of the penis.
That sounds natural.
I've got a photo.
Just normal circumcision.
I've got a
Yeah.
photo here if you guys
Okay.
are interested.
Not really, but I think you're gonna show it to us.
Yeah, I'm never
anyway.
interested. No, yeah, my interest levels have dropped immediately.
Oh, why did you do that? That was completely unnecessary. This is a radio show, podcast. We don't need pictures.
I'm just telling you about other penis rituals and
should we share that photo?
I don't want to scare people.
Oh man. Oh god.
I mean, you will have nightmares.
Yeah.
There's no
We'll put
ifs, ands, or buts.
well, I guess we'll have to put a warning on there.
Yeah, big NSFW
open
tag on
at
there.
your own risk.
Woo.
Okay.
Man,
I don't.
Indian yogis also do. They do a lot of the stretching, but they don't necessarily do the cutting. But
Gotcha.
Apparently, subincision was carried out over almost the whole western and central part of the continent of Australia at the time of white contact. Local whites called it whistlecock.
Whistlecock.
I wonder why.
It was never carried out in the East or in New Zealand.
John, pull your pants back
All
up.
right.
And it was a source of blood for ceremonies or an imitation of a kangaroo, which most marsupials have a split penis.
I mean,
Interesting.
Yeah, because we're all out there trying to fool kangaroos.
I
with
know,
our
And
right?
penises.
also-
Especially albino ones.
Also, women insist that it improved intercourse for them.
I'm just so confused about that part.
Yeah, I don't know.
My mind
So
can't
if
make
you
that work.
split your penis and you get a boner, do both sides? Do you literally? I don't understand. How does that work? Like,
Blood flow still
does it
happen?
just get? Do you just get a boner up to the part where the split starts?
And then you just have like two
And
flappers
then you
hanging
just have
off?
two flaps hanging off.
I think it varies in degree of severity.
So that the flaps could be a thing then. Gross.
Wow, like little Dumbo ears.
And one guy described the half a split as the cooked hot dog look.
I knew it. I know
You
that.
called it.
I totally.
All right.
Nasty.
Can we move on from this?
Yeah.
How
okay,
much
we're
more
done.
of this
That's
do we
it.
have?
That's
Okay.
it. That's all.
All right, I can finally unclench my butt.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna need a reset after that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Where are we going?
So-
Anywhere is better than where we just were.
Everything's up from here.
Yeah, we're uphill now.
Better things.
I just want to see the difference between your record and your play buttons.
So
Wow, they really look different.
the record button is round, and it's got a little circle, and it's red. The play button is square, green, and it's got a triangle on it.
So nailed it when we.
Okay, so let me. I'm gonna need to defend myself here for just a second. And some audio recording software programs, you arm the track first with the record button. All right, so that's just on, and then when you're ready to start recording, you hit play, and then it actually starts recording. So
Almost like an old school cassette recorder where you have to hit
Kinda.
play and record
that's
at the
right.
same time.
That's right. That's right. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of an out there.
All right, I was just going to see if you need me to make like a poster for your wall to demonstrate the difference between the two.
Just a big play button, record button.
Just two big buttons on the wall. Big play button and a record
The
button.
big circle and X through it, whatever over
All
the
right.
play. Don't
Smart
do that
ass.
That would have saved us 40 minutes or so. I mean, hey.
Smarty ass pants.
one. At the end of the episode, also you say that you're glad you got it out of the way early, and I bet you do it again.
No, there's no way. I'm gonna be like a hawk from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have caught that one. Punch myself for not watching John's actions over there.
All right. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna live this one down for a while, so I'm just gonna take it.
All right, on to TP rationing.
Yes.
27.5 inches.
Man, how did you remember that?
I'm a
It's
TP kind of
photographic
guy.
memory.
Yeah, just
You always remember your toilet paper statistics.
I have a very visual memory with things people say.
So was it because of the black hole conversation of folding it 7 times and
Yeah, that one really made my mind explode a little bit.
yeah,
Like wondering
it
what
just
happens
really
to...
everything sunk in,
Like, what
like
happens,
every
like-
detail.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
sorry.
really- yeah, so,
I thought
okay.
it might have been the age he lost his virginity. So
27.5. Yeah, no, that was 2 years too soon. Add a couple.
Oh, bump.
Well, in that, when you guys were discussing it,
Yes,
you said
yes.
that you could get a bidet from Amazon for $40.
Right.
You can get a toilet attachment. Bidet attachment for your toilet, not
Yeah,
a
that's
standalone
what I meant.
bidet.
That's what I thought you meant. Was
Right.
like an attachment, like a little.
That's
you know.
right.
Well, I
Come on,
guess,
give our listeners a little credit.
okay.
Can you get a standalone bidet? Like, is
Oh, yeah.
it always a toilet, or can you just get like a?
No, they have them pretty much everywhere in Europe, I think. Or
Uh-oh, you're going to have to look
I'll
that
have
up
to look
now.
and see which countries have bidets now. But
Ding!
I remember a guy from NPR saying that they bathed their child in a bidet in Europe and people being grossed out by it.
Oh, because they didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
So,
well,
like, or did they?
I think they did. They
Oh.
just made sure it was extra clean
Mhm.
and used it to wash their baby because it was safer than the bathtub.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
Hard to drown in a bidet, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You do have the butt particles though on there potentially. So
You were correct with ocular prosthesis when you were
All
talking
right,
about the
all
term.
right.
when I
See, Very
said it
nice.
Later.
You are making a difference in the world, and it shows.
Oh, great. Okay, so
she's like, all right, okay.
on to the lifting suit for the Lowe's employees.
The exoskeleton.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
exoskeleton thing. Yeah.
You mentioned Aliens and Avatar, but did you make the connection? It's the same director. Maybe James Cameron has a little bit of a hang-up
Interesting.
or an obsession with.
Didn't think about that.
Oh, all right.
James Cameron has a little thing for.
Gonna have to go back and look through the rest of his movies. Did Leonardo DiCaprio get in one of those suits at all in Titanic? I don't remember.
I don't think
You know what?
so.
If he had one of those suits, though, there's no way he would have drowned. 'cause
Yeah, but
he
he
would have been
needed
able to
one to
fix the
lift the
ship.
girl up over the bow of the ship.
I think
Yeah,
it would have
just-
sunk.
You think? You don't
Yeah.
think those things will float?
No.
You don't think it's buoyant?
It might be. If they made it out of like foam
just don't
or...
make me have to correct more. Come on.
What could they be made of?
The preemptive shut up.
So I'm not coming back for this one.
All right.
The last thing for the day is you were talking about the trailer for Ready Player One
Mm-hmm.
and the shitty looking VR headsets.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't finished the book, have you?
I am now like 31 pages in.
All right.
Started this morning.
Did you start over?
I did. I'm
Okay.
not starting back at half.
Yeah, you got to. It's been so long now.
I need to go back and get all the details and.
Right.
Well, he does start off with a fairly shitty VR headset, but
Does he?
it changes.
Ah, okay. Okay. See, just never judge a book by its cover. You should.
Yeah, they
You-
just
you never
Don't
released,
know.
judge a movie by the trailer.
No.
just yesterday they released. Speaking of trailer, they released the trailer for this at San Diego Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks amazing.
It's incredible.
It really does.
Except for the soundtrack.
Well.
Oh,
come
Rush. I mean, is that what it
on.
is?
Rush is her favorite.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, maybe we'll save that for a future episode. But I think we need to plan as soon as you're done with the book. I'm
Mhm.
going to reread it.
Okay.
Let's have a Ready Player One segment. We'll just dedicate like half an episode.
That sounds
And
great.
We'll talk about the book and the pop culture in it and the upcoming movie.
Oh yeah, there's enough
There's just so much cool
tech
stuff
and
in that book.
nerdness and retro and yeah,
Yep.
there's
Yeah.
lots of stuff. you
That
can
sounds like a
talk
plan.
about.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And
I'm
there's
very
some
down for
really
that.
cool stuff we can share with our listeners that they may not be aware of. Like there's an old mud, the Oasis, that you can actually get
Oh,
online. and
multi-user dungeon. Old
play.
mud, right?
An old mud game. Yeah. So anyway,
Cool.
We'll save that for maybe 2 or 3 weeks as
Mhm.
soon as we can get done reading the book again. But
Yeah. First time
uh,
for me. But
that'll be fun.
I'll get there.
All right.
Cool.
So what else? What else do we have? Do we have any book recommendations? Any other random or odd facts that you'd like to share today? Or do you have any questions for Miss Smartypants?
Nope.
All right.
I can't think of any right now, just off the
Okay.
cuff.
I was looking up my book recommendation. It's called I Contain Multitudes.
Okay.
Sorry, let me say it again. I Contain Multitudes.
Multitudes?
Multitudes.
Okay.
Multiple personalities?
No, it's about microbes.
Oh.
It's by Ed
Who
Yong.
knew?
Yong.
Okay.
And
Young.
nonfiction, obviously. So it's about
All right. Yep.
microbes everywhere.
All right.
Is that going to be like one of
spiders.
those make you feel kind of grossed out books? Like just realizing how they are everywhere? You know what I mean? Or
It depends. It's somewhat reassuring in a way because they aren't all bad.
Oh, okay.
Like, we have to have them or we'd all die. Like, it's not too scientifically written. So it's pretty easy to understand. Like, it's not.
All right.
So
That's nice. So
it's
like your
very
average
interesting.
layman can understand that.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
kind of like the Neil deGrasse Tyson
Oh, yeah.
physics for people that are busy or whatever the name of that book is. that
Sounds
he's
like
got out
something
now.
that'll make you want to pay closer attention to what you're eating and
Definitely.
things like that.
Correlations between microbes and diseases and different
All right.
things. So
All right. Well,
Sounds
we will
fascinating.
put a link to the book in our show notes. And I guess with that, are you ready to talk a little weird news?
Yeah, but how are you getting out of here? You rode in on a unicorn.
Are you... I don't see the unicorn around here anymore.
I don't
he's
know.
off for the rest of the day.
Oh, you gave him the rest of the day off? Okay.
Okay.
So you're just going to walk home?
I'm waiting on my Minotaur.
You're waiting
Oh.
on your Minotaur.
Your personal butler,
Oh, wait a
right.
minute. Here he comes. I see him. Wait. Yep, that is him. All right. Well, there she goes.
Okay.
She is gone. Off on her Minotaur.
Off to the sunset.
All right. Well, I'm sure she'll be back. All right. Well, let's talk some weird news. What do you think?
I love it. Weird news it is.
All right. Well, I have a great story to start us off today.
Okay.
So in Syracuse, New York, lives this young man by the name of Gavin Strickland. And he decided that he was going to go to the Metallica concert up in Toronto the previous weekend.
Good choice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've been to a Metallica concert.
I've never gotten to go.
Great show.
So jealous.
Highly recommend it. I haven't been in 20 plus years, but still good stuff. So this kid decides that he's going to go to Toronto to see Metallica, and he just parks in a random parking garage.
I mean, there's nothing too out of the ordinary about that, I
No,
guess.
I mean, usually when you go to a concert, you're going to park somewhere close to the venue.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Usually, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's one of those pay parking lots.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently that wasn't the case in this instance.
Oh, my.
There was just he knew where the show was, so the idea was he was just going to park and then
Park and get
take
there.
a taxi or an Uber or something to the show.
Okay.
And so that's what he does. It was a cab ride, so it was an $8 cab ride. So that's the distance that you have to work with. However long an $8 cab ride is in Toronto is how far away.
I can't even imagine in my head the potential distance for that. I don't know. 6 feet, 4 miles. I'm not sure.
$8, that could be a decent little.
Could be a little, couple mile jaunt maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, goes to the show. I'm assuming he has a wonderful time because who wouldn't at a Metallica concert? But when he got out, he could not find his car.
So after just having a jamming time in the concert, he can't find it. Like what a huge downer.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what's this? What's he do? What do you do in this case?
Well, so I guess a couple of things. So obviously he thought he would try to find it himself.
Naturally.
And that was 3 days ago.
Oh.
At the time of the writing of this article.
Probably an unsuccessful
Which was
venture.
last Wednesday. So this is pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
So he first obviously attempted to locate the car on his own. He did not have any luck. When he realized he didn't have a clue where this car was parked, He spent, it says, from dusk till dawn, Sunday through Monday, wandering through parking garages.
That's brutal.
So
can you imagine that?
Yeah, so basically 2 days of just wandering the streets of Toronto, looking through random parking garages, trying to find your car.
And did he? From this?
No. So he did
no.
not actually. They, interestingly enough, he decided to go to the police, and the police there were very nice. And they took him in. They gave him something to eat. And he had apparently been spending the whole previous night out searching for his car, slept on a bench.
This guy's hardcore.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, he didn't want to come home without that car.
Really?
And so they actually drove him around for a few hours looking for the car, seeing if he could identify it. But when they couldn't find it, they said there really wasn't much else they could do.
The police. Like, so.
Right.
Okay.
And they said it wasn't good for him to just hang out on the streets all night. So they called his parents and they put him on a Greyhound bus back to Syracuse.
Okay, so no car.
No car at this point. Still no car.
At this point, no car.
So the parents come up with an ingenious idea to put out a Craigslist ad.
Okay.
To start a little scavenger hunt.
I like the sound of that.
Right. So they placed a local Craigslist ad describing the car, which had Florida plates, and the make and model of the car. I thought the Florida plates was kind of interesting. So they said they had bought this car for a kid like a year ago, but they live in Syracuse, New York. What's it doing with Florida plates on it still?
That is weird, because surely New York would require you to have in-state plates.
Right. There's something going on here.
And it says it was a blue-green Nissan Versa.
Yep.
Sedan is what it was?
Yep.
Okay, so that's got the image in my head.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that's what they were looking for. Florida plates, Canada, you'd think not too hard to find.
Yeah, that should just stick out like a sore thumb.
I know, right? And so anyway, they couldn't find it, so the parents took out a Craigslist ad and described the car. And the ad itself was pretty funny. I think they started off, "You can't make this up," and then they proceeded to describe the event, and they put out a $100 reward for anybody that could find and locate the car and let them know where it was.
I think that's something you got to do.
Right.
And you know, like if you're wanting other people to get out there and find stuff, you got to give them a little incentive. $100, that's a pretty good.
So they've got about 7 or 8 people right now, they say, in Toronto, scouring parking lots within about a 2-mile radius. So I guess we can assume that maybe that's the $8 cab ride.
About 2 miles.
So 2 miles within the Rogers Center where the concert was. One of the scavengers has been to 4 garages today. Another said, "This is the best scavenger hunt ever."
They're having a blast with it.
Right. So they're having a lot of fun. The best part about this article, though, just to kind of back up a little bit, is this isn't the first time.
Say what?
This is not the first time this kid has lost his car going to a concert in another city.
So he's like a repeat car loser here.
He is. He's a repeat. So the parents said, the father said there's only so much screaming that he could do. And that they were hoping, quote, like last time, that the car just finds its way back again.
Like a magical car.
I know.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at that, last winter, the 19-year-old lost his car at a concert in New York. But they say it was found shortly by police several blocks away.
Okay, so they found that one.
They did. They found it.
He didn't learn enough of a lesson from that event.
And apparently in that event, he had a spare key in his pocket or something that he dropped close to the car.
Really?
So somebody apparently found it because they found the car at a good distance away from where he originally left it.
And which event is this now? Are we talking about
this? Was the earliest one.
The first one.
When he was 19.
Okay.
Right.
So he had a spare key.
The year before. Right.
Wow.
So he'd lost a spare key.
Only a year before?
Right.
Man, put some distance between these, dog.
I know. Hey, you know some advice? Next time, ride with a friend.
Yeah.
Don't do the driving. Leave it to the professionals.
And it's happened twice now. So
I know.
Like, dude.
So I thought this was a fun story to maybe kick us off today.
Makes me feel better about my memory.
I know.
And where I park.
I know. I mean, I do have one personal story
Do you?
that kind of correlates to this. So There is a music venue here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's gone through many different names. Starplex is what I always remember it as. It was Smirnoff Center, but now like Gexa Pavilion or something like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this place has 2 parking lots on either side of the venue, and they are pretty much identical, like almost like mirror of each other.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
So when I was a young kid, I was in high school in East Texas. We had come to Lollapalooza actually that year.
That'd be fun.
This was like the second year of Lollapalooza, and after the show, we went out to find the truck and start heading home.
Mm-hmm. Natural.
I know,
You just want to get out of there. So
we get out there, I'm like 17, 16, something like that, a few hundred miles away from home, with a couple buddies, and we're just walking around, and we can't find it.
Did you have like just this sinking feeling in your...
Every minute that passed, that sinking feeling just got worse and worse. And I was dreading that phone call back to my parents.
That would be the worst part.
My car the truck got stolen at the concert.
I don't know where they are.
Right.
Game over.
And, there was going to be police involved, and, we had just spent like all day at this concert. Mm-hmm. And who knows? We probably had, even at those young ages, snuck in a few beers, here and there. So none of us wanted to get the police involved in this.
No, you never want the police involved in stuff like this.
So we spent literally like an hour just walking around that parking lot, watching it thin out as people were leaving the show.
Where did we park?
Till it was at the point where there was like 3 cars left.
And is that when you realized?
And we're like, it's just...
We're done.
And so we start walking towards the little area where the artists will load and unload, like their limousines and buses, all go through. Mm-hmm. And it was all gated, but most of everything was gone. So we actually snuck through there into the gate. We were just going to see if we could find somebody with a phone or something like that, some security guard, something. And then we started walking through, and then we could see through the other side of this fence another parking lot.
Oh man. Did like the light bulb go off in your head,
So we immediately, like, that sinking feeling turned into a great big ball of hope. And we went through the gate on the other side, and sure enough, the truck was there.
There she was.
It was all good. There was a flat tire, which kind of sucked.
Well, that sucked. But you got your car.
That's right. That's
so
right.
So I could live with a flat.
Yeah. So my experience of losing a vehicle at a concert.
Man, I mean, no one needs to experience that. That's just like a worst case scenario. Your vehicle's gone.
But twice? Yeah.
You got to learn the lesson the first time, friend.
All right.
Man.
So why don't we move on to another story? What do you got for us tonight?
Well, how about a mystery monkey attacks Texas teen and grandpa in a pickup truck?
You had me a monkey, man.
I know.
I mean, come on.
I saw the word mystery and I thought, my gosh.
It followed by monkey. I mean, now you gotta click on it.
Yeah, mystery monkey. What?
All right, this is great.
So this is a pretty recent article written July 21st. This pair, the Texas teen and grandpa, they were driving in the city of South Houston when this attack occurred. Michael Schleesing, I think I got his name right there, said he and his 16-year-old granddaughter, Mariah, spotted a monkey in the road during their drive, which is weird because that's in Houston. Isn't that weird?
And I used to live in South Houston.
You ever see any monkeys out there?
No, I never saw a monkey.
So I can totally see why they decided to stop and pull over. Mariah, the little girl, 16-year-old girl, she was in the passenger seat, and she rolled down her window to snap a photo of this thing.
Sure.
And at that point that the window was down, that's when the monkey got into the car. They don't really
jump through the window.
They don't really say. They went from monkey was out of the car to monkey is in the car without actually describing that middle part.
Oh, so he just jumped right through that window.
He had to have just made just a fast pass for it. Mariah, the girl, she was quoted as saying, "It hops onto the window of our truck and does the thing that it does."
What is that?
She says, "I'm scared."
What do monkeys do?
What do they do? She said it jumps on her.
Okay.
That's what she said. The monkey scratched her shoulders, her neck, her head. Michael, The granddad says he saved the day by knocking the primate out of the vehicle.
Knocked it out of the vehicle.
Knocked it out. He says, and I quote, "I hollered at it and I hit it right in the head, right in the face, and knocked it out of the window." It's pretty heroic.
Well, I mean, this monkey was attacking his daughter, right?
His granddaughter.
Yeah. Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't?
I would have done fisticuffs on that thing, man. Just good news, Mariah was not bitten.
Okay.
So she didn't need no rabies shot. She did get antibiotics because of the scratches.
Right.
However, the mystery monkey is still on the loose.
Really?
He's out there.
This monkey is still at large.
If you're in South Houston, you be careful.
So I wonder if there are any search parties out looking for this monkey.
They did say, I believe the local, I don't want to say police force. Someone's going to come correct me on that. Let me. South Houston's Humane Department said investigators are trying to locate the monkey. Monkey investigators.
Monkey investigator? Is that an official title?
I made that part up about the monkey investigators, but it does say investigators here. What other kind of? Do you think these are police investigators? Gotta hate their job.
I am confident there are enough monkey-related stories and incidents out there to have dedicated monkey investigators.
Cool title.
It is.
I'm a monkey investigator.
And that's job creation on the fly right there. We just created a whole new job category.
Yeah.
Monkey investigator.
So they survived.
Okay, that's good. But monkeys on the loose.
Monkeys on the loose. And moral of the story, don't roll down your window and take a picture of a primate that is in a location you've never seen one before.
All right.
Just a little something to think on.
Well, there was a previous story that we talked about in an episode past where we described monkeys running around with dildos flapping in the wind.
I remember this.
Do you remember that? That was the Monkey Mafia, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. And we were going to take some dildos for the monkeys to steal just to put it right back in their face. Because fuck you, monkeys.
It's all coming back to me now. You got to watch out for the Monkey Mafia, man. So
apparently this guy had a very similar idea. This gentleman in Blue Springs, Missouri. He is described as a white male with a shaved head and tattoo on his neck. He went into Corilla's adult store.
Is it Corilla's?
Corilla's.
Okay.
Corilla's. I think that's right.
Or Cirilla's. No, I don't know.
Well, you know what? We're going to have some audio.
Oh, that'll tell us.
That'll actually have the name. So we'll get to that in just a second. Apparently he went into this adult store on Wednesday night and he stole, as the store manager put it, the two biggest dongs I sell.
So specific.
Dude, he was obviously going on vacation and he just needed something to put in his bag for the Monkey Mafia to steal.
Man, he needed something to reminisce about the times with the elephants, man. I don't know. To get the huge D's out.
Yeah, so there's really not a whole lot to this article, but they do link the audio from the 911 call. And so I wanted to play a couple of pieces from this.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because I think everybody will get a kick out of this. So here, let's take a listen.
A report of a holdup alarm at Cirilla's, 1130 Southwest 7 Highway, 1130 Southwest 7 Highway, 58.
Richwood, and 720.
Copy both units en route. Holdup alarm at Cirilla's.
573, 740.
I copy. Show you en route.
Clerk now advises that a stealing white male, shaved head, tattoo on his neck. I seen heading northbound. Probably stole 2 dildos and a bottle of lotion.
Stays at Northwest Terrace. You might just sit by that address, see if he shows up. Gonna be looking for 2 dildos and a bottle of lotion.
You think those cops were having a good time?
They sure didn't sound like it, but I imagine they're just grinning on the other end. They've gotta be. Come on.
I mean, these are the stories that they enjoy telling their significant others when they get home.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a game. Like, who can say words like dildos with the straightest laced voice ever?
You know, at like police barbecues and parties and stuff like that, you probably just hear the funniest stories.
Oh yeah, Carl found 2 huge dildos the other day in that guy's butt, just pulled them right out of there.
You know what? I have some friends and family actually in law enforcement, so
do
maybe
you?
I can convince one of them to come on a future episode. And
Share some stories.
Share some
maybe.
stories, some stories from the road.
Oh man, I bet
That might be
viewers
kind
would
of
love,
fun.
listeners would love that. Yeah, okay.
But
cool.
anyway, yeah. So apparently, this guy just went in and he stole, and just to kind of describe these were 2, again quote, biggest dongs I sell. One was an 11-inch dong that was worn as a strap-on.
He's gonna need a partner for that one.
Yep. And a regular 10-inch, just a regular 10-inch.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just a regular
That's
one.
tiny. That's below average, I
Right,
think.
regular old 10-inch, along with a bottle of lotion / lube.
See, if he hadn't had the lotion, then I would have thought he's just gonna go maybe like sell
That's
these or something.
True.
But now
So that takes the monkey theory out.
he got unless he needs to use the lotion on the monkeys to make all this work.
Oh, that is an image I did not need. Okay. Now I have this picture of like these monkey mafias with just lotion all over them.
Just massive monkey mafia orgies. Just man.
Okay. Yeah. So
he had the lotion. He had these dildos.
yep. And they haven't found him yet still. So apparently they're still looking for this
No
guy.
one wants to find this guy.
I know, right?
It didn't sound like anyone wanted to go out and find him on the police call.
But they what he was like, just look for 2 dongs, or for 2 dildos.
Look for
2
two
dildos and a
dildos.
bottle of lotion.
Roger that.
All right. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot to this story, but I enjoyed the audio from the 911 call. So
It's fun to hear things like that.
Yeah. So, speaking of guys with tattoos, I think you have a tattoo related story.
I do.
Right?
I stumbled on this one. It's a short one, but it's kind of brutal. This man, he has a half face tattoo, and it says "devastate." And
so
he's-
like left side of his face.
oh, so the bottom half of his face, from the nose down,
Okay.
to like the chin.
Okay. So from the nose down is all just straight tattoo.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
I'm
yeah.
going to pull up this picture right now.
Yeah. So he has the tattoo of his nickname, Devastate,
Oh my Lord.
across his jaw and sides of his face, lower half of his face.
You guys have to see this.
Yeah, definitely check this out. This guy's name is Mark Krupp. He's from New Zealand, and
Okay.
he was in jail serving a 2-year sentence for aggravated robbery.
All
and
right.
while in jail, he's with his cellmate, and his cellmate is, believe it or not, his brother. And at some point while drunk, Mark's brother gives him a tattoo. It was supposed to be small, according to Mark, to go along the jawline, but ended up taking up half his face. And it says the main reason, at least he was saying for this, was that they were drinking an improvised alcohol.
All right. I was about to say, how drunk do you have to be to get that?
Because that
tattoo?
is like, yeah, keep butchering me. We're not there yet.
Holy cow.
It says this alcohol was made from fermented apples, sugar, and bread.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I mean, I don't even quite know how that would work, but
Man.
it sounds like...
Pair that with a nice whitefish.
Oh, man, yeah. Slap that with some tartar sauce, and you just got yourself a delight, my friend.
Wow. So, yeah, this will be in the show notes, of course. You guys have to go take a look at this guy.
Absolutely.
So he's
should know-
upset because he can't find work?
Yeah, that's the main thing. He can't find work, and thankfully, he wrote like a little blog post on this. So he went viral, and he's gotten some offers, and he even had an Auckland company reach out to offer him laser tattoo removal free of charge.
Oh, man. I hope he's taking him up on that.
He took him up on it, and they're even offering him free transport to and from the clinic. So that's cool.
Man, very nice.
But that's going to take a while. I don't know how long. I've just read it's not going to be one session that he goes in and gets this off his face.
Dude, I mean, this is a lot of just straight up black.
That's the crazy. It's just all. Even when they remove it, he's going to have these pristine white areas of skin.
It's almost like he's wearing a half face mask or something.
It really is. He's halfway to being a supervillain.
Wow. He
Devastate.
looks like a supervillain.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with this guy. He looks like a friendly kind of evil.
You think they're going to take that tattoo on over his eyebrow off too, as part of the?
He's like, no, you leave that one up there.
He said, just leave that one.
I would hope they take that off too. If he was doing
Are
it.
those 2 great big old hickeys he has in this picture?
So yeah, You had noticed this, and I was looking so intently at his tattoo on his face that I missed the huge hick, the bruises on the left side of his neck.
Yeah, maybe you know what? Let's give him a little benefit of the doubt. He was out playing paintball.
That has got to be. And someone was a jerk and was too close.
Yeah,
and
hit him
with
a couple of
paintballs.
shots in the neck.
Yeah, they didn't pop, bounced off. He got bruises, or he just had like a...
Because devastate and hickeys just doesn't really go
unless
together.
he's like, oh, devastate me, baby.
Right.
You know.
But devastate with paintball wounds in the neck.
Sounds like a little more hardcore.
Wow. So this guy's getting some help. He's getting the tattoos removed.
He's getting some help. Getting tattoos removed. I think he's on the right path.
Oh, man.
Just, gosh. I just keep... I mean, he's got more tattoos on the left side of his neck down there. Says something. I can't even tell. It's right near the hickeys. So don't get a tattoo on your whole face or, half your face.
It's a pretty good lesson. I mean, unless, if you do, just go into it with the understanding that your options for employment are probably going to be more limited.
Tattoo parlors.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are judgmental.
Yeah.
With tattoos like this,
You'd
just
never
make them uncomfortable.
You'd never get a job in a corporate office with a face tattoo.
Unless you wore one of those this little beard. Remember those beard knit things that they would have to keep your chin warm in the winter?
Yeah, with the thick knit, right?
Right.
Weaved.
He could wear one of those.
He really could. What if he just grew a beard?
You know what? If he had a thick enough beard, I think that would work. But I got a feeling this guy's.
It might make it even thicker.
It might.
It's dark.
It
I
might.
Don't know.
Yeah, kind of look like it's all filled in.
Yeah, he's just.
Maybe
screwed.
I should do that.
Well, let's all do it.
All right.
Cool.
That's it. All black beard. I'm gonna get a full beard tattooed on my face.
Sick. Actually a real long.
Yes.
2D, 3D tattooed beard.
3D tattooed beard.
You just have a flap of skin hanging off or something. I don't know. Ooh, nasty.
Interesting.
Well,
all right.
I think
I
that's.
figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Please let me know if you do.
All right. So is that it?
That's it. I think that's all we have.
Okay. So
for weird stuff.
No more weird news stories. Well, the others might be considered a little weird. We'll see what you think.
Mm-hmm.
So a little weirdness to the darkness.
Let's make it happen.
Nice.
Laser beams and bumblebees, science and technology. Is evolution blasphemy? It's wordness to the nerdness. Wordness to the nerdness.
So we don't have a very long wordness today.
Pretty short.
But it's high quality.
That's right, it is.
So we've got one story to talk about today.
Artificial intelligence.
Of course.
That's kind of like the nerd factor right there.
If we're going to talk about one big topic, it's going to have to fall somewhere in that general area.
I think so.
So what do we have?
Well, we have an artificial intelligence that has been trained to be able to pick out recipes from food photos.
Okay.
How cool is that?
That is pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. This is apparently an algorithm, this machine learning algorithm. It's actually a deep learning algorithm.
Okay.
Made by a team at MIT, which is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You'll hear that all over the place probably on this segment.
Yep.
They trained this neural network, this machine learning, deep learning algorithm on a data set of 1 million photos and 1 million recipes. So this kind of trains its brain.
Interesting.
So, it looks at these photos and it knows the recipes that go into the makeup of this photo.
So do you think it was 1 million different types of food, or do you think there was maybe 15 different pictures of a cheeseburger?
You're asking a good question. I don't know.
So they would know how to pick up the subtle differences maybe and what it would see?
They mentioned here that this the model that they have worked best on desserts and found smoothies and sushi more challenging.
I could see.
But
I could see that.
But I'm not sure about the grouping of the photos. How they fed the data set in. Did they say these are hamburgers, this is pizza, this is...
I mean, 1 million is a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, there can't be that many different types of food, so...
I'm surprised they got 1 million with the recipes for them.
Right.
That's hard.
Right.
Someone had to put that together, or unless there's just a database out there.
So I wonder how close the recipes are to the pictures that you're taking.
Oh, you're asking all the right questions, my friend.
Well,
so they have let me look here. Okay, here's one. This was tested by the BBC. One of the recipes, they have a photo of spaghetti. I don't know how to say this. Bolognese.
Uh-huh.
And the AI came up with 2 ingredients: Italian tomato sauce and gunk on noodles. And if you look at this photo, you can clearly see the noodles, and I think the gunk on the noodles was either the meat or the Parmesan.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I love that it called it gunk on noodles.
That is funny.
Like, it's totally weird. And
It's like the way a 13-year-old who was very picky about his food would describe it.
Get this gunk out of here. This nasty
It's just a bunch
stuff.
of gunk on noodles.
That's what she said.
That's oh man, is that the very first?
That's the
what
first
she
one.
said.
We have not
okay. We
dropped
have to
one.
mark it. Episode 9.
It's a monumental
It
moment.
is a monumental moment in the history of this show.
How far we went without saying
that's
that.
impressive. We made it that far
Yeah.
without a. That's what she said. Okay.
So they also have a photo of Black Forest Gâteau,
Okay.
which the AI yielded chocolate mocha cake and frozen grasshopper squares.
That's kind of an interesting combo.
But BBC says they did both look similar to the image that was uploaded.
Okay.
So I could see that. And it also successfly identified a hot dog.
Well, that's what everybody really wanted to know.
Is
it a hot dog or not?
Yeah. I like
Not
that
hot dog or hot dog.
They throw that little quip in there. Just
Fantastic. I wonder how many different apps that not a hot dog or not hot dog has spurned.
I bet a lot.
I know.
I bet a lot. I mean, it probably got people thinking, oh, you can use machine learning for all sorts of weird, cool, zany stuff.
So I wonder what the future of this really means. Like, is this going to be how we reproduce cooking? So basically, we just take a picture of something and say, hey, whatever your robot's name is, Rosie, if you're the Jetsons, here, go make me some spaghetti bolognese. Here's a photo, and they just poop it out. And
I think the applications are almost like unlimited. I mean, you could have something like you're talking about where you just have a photo and you want to know how to make this thing, and it spits out a recipe. But like more than that, it's computers that are thinking for humans, I think, is the ultimate thing that's going on here.
Right.
Because this was able to look at 1 million photos and 1 million recipes, and now you can give it photos, and it'll do its darndest to try to figure out the recipe in there. You could show me 1 million photos and 1 million recipes. I probably won't remember 2 of them.
This is the kind of Android that you want on your next NASA mission.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be baking you some crumbless bread in
Yes.
space.
Show him, I don't know what he's going to do when you show him a weird Martian recipe, though. Just fry his circuits or something. But
That's awesome.
This is fascinating to me because, you don't know what sort of crazy things people are going to have. Machines trying to pick up and learn.
Yeah, it really is. And, with just the relevance of Silicon Valley and not a hot dog. When I saw that one line in this article, it was all worth it for me at that point.
See, it clicked for you. I'm glad you mentioned something to me because
It did.
I didn't even see the hot dog line originally.
Not hot dog.
Not a hot dog.
And once again, some amazing research that is going on at MIT.
Oh,
right now.
it's incredible. Just all the different articles they have coming out, things they're looking at, makes you just realize they're all over the place.
Yeah,
just
they
looking
really
into
are.
everything.
Yeah, I really think that the next phase of this is going to be right now. We have the intelligence to build the recipes just based on an image. Now it's time to make a chef robot.
That's that most logical thing in my mind.
I mean, they're already talking about replacing people at fast food eateries with robots that flip burgers and make the fries and that kind of stuff.
And they've already replaced some with the kiosks for the front check-in people,
Yep. So, I think it's just one piece of the puzzle.
They'll need this to be able to make on-the-fly decisions without looking stupid.
That's right.
And without having to script everything,
Because in the Skynet world, if they're really going to have peaceful harmony, we have to have robots that do things like cook and make amazing food based off of pictures.
Do you think...
And not just guns.
You think if every human had a robot that could just cook them whatever meal, like wouldn't people be happier in general?
Oh, dude, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
I mean...
I would be looking forward to every meal.
Right.
I'd be like, I could show you anything, and you're going to whip this up for me? I'm start at one side of the world and just work my way around.
I know. And then, this is just one piece of the input. We've had other stories where we talked about them being able to transfer smells and things like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so now feed in the olfactory of, hey, this is what it smells like, and this is what it looks like.
Oh, now we're talking. You give them all the parameters they need.
That's really what you need. You need smell and you need the visual.
Mm-hmm.
Because the taste should follow. If
Yeah,
you get the smell right.
And I want to be able to rip one and just have my robot be like, "Whoa, what was that? Methane
He's
everywhere."
like, this is cloves and nutmeg.
Recipe computing.
Oh man, I can just see you with a whole bunch of jars sitting around your house, all labeled with dates,
different smells and dates,
right? And what you ate that day.
I got to be able to train my neural network somehow. I got to get that initial data set, man.
That's right. This is what deviled egg smells like.
Mm-hmm. Deviled eggs after 2 days. Deviled eggs with a salad. Deviled eggs 3 days in the car with the 100-degree weather,
and with some fresh broccoli added.
Oh, nasty! Yeah, a little drizzle of cheese on top.
Wow.
So I think that's all we have for this, isn't it?
Yeah, just the one story.
Yeah,
so,
just the one.
Fairly short, but we've already, had a pretty long episode today, so we don't want to go too crazy.
Little Miss Smartypants, little weird news.
Yeah.
I think we kind of hit the bases.
Absolutely. So we will see all of you. Well, I guess we won't see any of you.
No, in my head I will.
We won't even hear any of you.
No.
So go tweet us, send us an email, leave us a comment. Definitely looking for any feedback you have for the show.
Yeah, we love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anything you want to let us know, just hit us up.
Definitely. And we will see you guys in another week.
Yeah, take it easy.
All right, have a good one.
News today like tooth decay, slowly rot your brain away. Underneath the surface, less worthless information lays. Open up your mind, let yourself unwind. 2 below we must go, feel the flow, it goes for days. Listen up or vandalize, don't need your eyes to hear this. Podcast elevated, educated, real shit. Like quicksand you'll sink and you'll blink and it's over. 2 below we will go, so keep your damn composure. 2 below we're on our way, delivering Synosia.